Day 11, and we're going to get straight into it. Dave's in the hot seat, the hot hat, indeed, as the temperature continues to soar down here in the southern hemisphere. Dear, oh dear, things are getting very... Santa's in the spandex down here, I tell you what. The Kiwi summer shows no signs of abatement. So, right into it. Dave's got the hat ready to go. Yes. I've got the pliers ready to go, and we're going to find our next target.
What have Secret Spirits brought for us today?
We've seen all sorts of things thus far. We're running a peat ratio of approximately 17%, I guess, based on peated to unpeated. I wonder if that could be a bit of a meta pick. We had a peated next time, so does that make it more or less likely this is going to be a peated? Right, this one's...
Well, the only consistent element in this calendar so far has been surprise. Everything we've tried, to a lesser or greater degree,
it's made us work, that's for
yeah.
sure. Here it comes. There we are, and I didn't even destroy any of the other windows. Woo! Right, almost showed everybody. Now, what have we got? This will be interesting to see how Dave does. But of course, you could probably say that about all of them, but...
Yes.
We'll see. No, goodness me, I can tell you there's something interesting with this whiskey immediately, but you won't find out till later. Right. So here we are, and your time begins. The 3-minute power taste commences. And into the tankard it goes.
Oh, that is a very different aroma.
Yes,
I'm getting waves of licorice.
Yeah, licorice I can get.
Oh man,
God, there's aniseed in there. It's like it's almost licorice all sorts colliding with blackball candies.
Yeah. Wow.
There
are things going on. There is pipe tobacco. You getting that like a fresh open?
Yeah, there's if anyone ever knows, funny enough, Scottish mixture. That's what this one brings me well in mind of. Very, very fresh, freshly opened tobacco.
Yeah.
Oh, this is wild. This is one of the more insane ones I think we've got thus far.
There's even a hint of brandy or maybe apples in there too, but I'm going to get right into the taste. It smells so
brandy.
bizarre,
there's fruit. I'm even getting some sort of salt caramel around the edges. It's crazy. I'm going to have to look how strong this was.
Oh wow. There is a huge spicy prickle on the tongue. The taste is almost identical to the aroma. It tastes of the aroma of fresh opened pipe tobacco, which is a very bizarre
this is
synesthesia ride to go on.
I would almost wonder if this is from an interesting cask, shall we say. Not that I have that information to give away, but was I tasting this blind, I'd be a bit suspicious of, like, has an old wine cask been used here or something? Because this is just so different to
what I'm guessing is I'm aware that very recently the laws were amended in Scotland allowing Calvados casks to be used to mature whiskey, but this has surely been bottled too recently for that to be the case.
I hate Calvados, so I couldn't really extrapolate mentally what notes that would give you. I am going to give you some water though.
Thank you. Yeah. But, oops. Sorry. I'll let you take that out of my hand. And
there we are.
Right. Because this could be something extremely old that's made the cask go in odd directions, like maybe a very old sherry cask or possibly extremely old
now
port.
take another pass on that. That water has really exploded the flavours out of this. This is... Almost gave something away there. No, we'll save that discussion till it's revealed. I will say this is a very, very unique whiskey. This is typical to nothing.
Oh, man. Alright, quite aside from that frankly odd flavour profile, all the rest of the clues are pointing me towards Highland or Speyside, that general direction. I think there's some sort of peat or some sort of smoke in here. I am more or less at a loss for it.
Let's say you're in your final seconds here.
Okay. For the sake of having to pin it down to something, I'm going to say it's an old Glenlossie.
Glenlossie. That's extremely specific. All right, and that locks in both single malt and goodness. What is Glenlossie? Is that Speyside or Highlands?
I believe so. It's been so long since I've had one, sadly.
Well, you might even have to look that up. Wow. So, anyway, please remove the hat.
With pleasure.
I will look up where Glenlossie's even from. But it doesn't matter because it's not Glenlossie. No. It is Dufftown. 11 years old. And it's from a because I didn't read this the first time. It's a first fill Oloroso, so it's not
Oh.
it's not in any way bizarre. But just look at that colour.
Yeah, that is wow.
That must have been a really, really odd kind of a cask.
Some of the sherry still in the cask or something.
Well,
It's goodness.
It's just a super, super active wood, but it's active in a really, frankly, bizarre way. You know, you think first fill sherry at cask strength, which this is a 55%.
Yeah.
Which is actually quite a loss for only 11 years. So definitely something going on with this cask. But you think your first fill sherry, that's going to be more with your sort of sherry bomb characteristics. You know, Christmas cake, really, really super fruity red flavours. But this isn't. This is masquerading as a really peculiar, really old whiskey. You know what this was kind of speaking to me as? What I would have gone for if I was blind tasting? It would be... why does my brain always forget the Springbank? It would have been Springbank, because it's just so peculiar, and that's where my mind sort of wanders to. If I'm drinking something peculiar, I just kind of assume it's come from Springbank, because they do such famously peculiar whiskey over there.
Springbank, but that's always where my mind goes when the whiskey tastes of a confectionery shop. This one didn't have that, but it's just that tobacco note that's happening.
But,
so I could not have been more wrong.
Well, you still got the... well, we'll see if you got the...
Never top.
I'll give that. That's Dave's phone now. I can't navigate the jolly thing. We'll see whether you got the region, but it almost doesn't matter for this one, because I'm not dissimilar with Dufftown. Dufftown's a sort of a fairly middle of the road. What are we doing? It says on the bottle. It's a space side. It's a space side. So what did you go for? Space side or
Space
Highlands?
side / Highlands.
Okay.
Then I guessed Glenlossie, so I believe it's one of those. But
goodness. Where are they?
Even Elgin, which I believe puts him.
That is indeed Speyside. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
I figured I was thinking a very old cask, possibly. So I was wrong on very nearly every front, except for the general area.
You got the type of spirit as well. What a weird one. This is definitely the strangest one. I don't know if there's. If this is a sign of things to come, we're really going to have our work cut out for us. I don't think any whiskey could work a person harder than this one. I'd challenge Charles McLean to come any closer on this one. This is just such a curly one.
I believe I've tried a Dufftown before, once or twice, but I cannot recall anything about them.
Dufftown sort of gets around, really. Yeah. It's a very commonly independently bottled malt. It doesn't quite so commonly appear on its own. I think it's the Singleton. The Singleton range has a Dufftown expression, and I think it's 12 years old, either 12 or 10, I'm not sure, someone can fill me in, and it's fine, it's very middle of the road average whiskey. It's a very, it's a blender, it goes into blends typically, can stand as a single malt, it has its own release, but you could line this up on a shelf of other Dufftowns and I'd still have trouble believing it. It's just so unique. This is crazy, crazy unique. There are still new things coming out of there. There's like red currants. It's actually going in more of a typical direction now. I think it's
getting quite fruity. I've never had time to breathe and time to water to mingle in.
This is like, this is a lot like Springbank, but crossed with maybe Ben Nevis's style, almost that sort of really weird, sulphury, super active sherry cask style. Yeah, it is definitely Ben Nevis cross Springbank.
It's got a heck of an oily cling to it. I just ran my tongue over my teeth and it tasted of licorice and tobacco. It's a bizarre and lingering sensation.
This is, and we're saying this is weird, this is bizarre. It is. It's really good as well.
Without a doubt, yeah.
This is extremely well chosen. This is a real adventure in a bottle. This one. This is such a. It's the under 1% of whiskies have this sort of character. There's just so few of those real sherry casks out there producing oddball whiskey like this. It's like literally 1 in a million in terms of casks out there. It's incredible to see. Anyway, we'll assume you're going to be still reeling from that discovery for a few more hours. So we'll come back tomorrow with the next one. I started confident today, and the confidence has left me with this one. If this is what they're going to be throwing at us, we're going to be paddling upstream, and it's, whoa.
I'd say we're consistently pretty good on guessing regions and picking blends.
Yeah, I think we are improving. We're improving on, say, our efforts last year, and those were much easier whiskies we were doing last year as well. But But we'll get straight into it tomorrow. Catch you then, Slanger.